Hi, Jessica Sporn here of Jessica Sporn Designs. I created these 3 little canvases using squares from Inchie Arts and my stamps from Rubbermoon. All 3 designs were done on 4 by 4 inch black squares, which are just a great size for little miniature works of art. So here I had a background using acrylic glazes from silk. And then I'm using my Versamark stamp pad to get an impression of the Hamsa stamp, which I then cover with white embossing powder. My camera was turned off for a little bit, so what I did while it was off was I embossed it and I added some color with the silk glazes. And now I'm using the ornate leaf stamp to just make a border around the outside of the square. And so I'm using white embossing powder. I'm using a brush to get rid of sort of stray little bits of powder. If it were clear embossing powder, I wouldn't worry, but since it's white, I want to make sure I get rid of those little strays. And then I'm using my heat gun to melt the embossing powder and create my border. Felt like there was too much contrast between the white leaves and the rest of the canvas, and so I'm going to use fluid acrylic paint and my finger to just knock it back a little bit and blend the leaves into the rest of the canvas. And then I take my liner brush and just add some more details, and I'm done. A quick and easy mini masterpiece. So the next project I want to show you started with my rune stencil from Stencil Girl products on the black Inchie. I stamped the Tree of Life stamp, and I decided not to use it as a tree at all, but instead to use the branches of the tree as hair. So I painted this ATC sized card a teal color and sketched in a quick whimsical face, not going for any kind of realism here, sort of a Marie Antoinette type of hairdo from my tree branches. And now I'm just using my liner brush and acrylic paint to embellish the curls a little bit more and finish up the face. Using Xyron adhesive dots to attach this little ATC to my Inchie square, and just finishing it off a little bit, adding a little bit of more gold around the edges, and I'm done. In the last project I have to show you, I stamped with paper clay using my Rubbermoon stamps. So I stamped the stamp into the paper clay and then used a palette knife to cut away the excess clay. I let it dry overnight, and then I covered the dried stamped elements with white gesso just to seal them. While the gesso was drying, I took my Medieval Leaves stencil from Stencil Girl products, and using the gold acrylic paint from acrylic glaze from silks, I just used my cosmetic sponge, pounced through the stencil to create a background on my black Inchie square. Next, I'm using some golden fluid acrylic colors to paint my little clay embellishments. And I'm using jewel tones here for these two stars, the six-pointed star with a little heart inside. And then I covered the hamsa with the golden glaze, and I used my acrylic paints to add just some more embellishments to them. Amazing E6000 transparent adhesive to adhere the clay pieces to my inch board. And now I'm just using the Silks acrylic glazes to add a few more dots and doodles to my project. I used my cosmetic sponge and some silver paint to add a border and edging to my Inchie square, and I have to say I really like this product. I see myself using it again and again. I hope this video gave you some ideas and inspires you to take out your art supplies and get arting. Please share this video. Come visit me at my blog, jessicasporn.blogspot.com. Thanks for watching.